What is going on, everybody? My name is Ciara Lawler. Welcome to another week of Weird News Wednesdays. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the strangest news stories from around the world. We talk about the news that the real news is too afraid to talk about. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Shaun Meehan. Shaun, how is it going?
I'm good, Connor. I think we're being a bit harsh on the real news sometimes because, let's be honest, they cover stories that we would never touch in a million years.
No, I feel like we are not smart enough to cover actual news. So that's why I've picked our niche of weird people on drugs doing weird shit.
Oh, that's where we land. That's where our comedy lies.
And so, what is the premise of Weird News, Shaun?
So you have spent the week gathering all of the weirdest news stories from around the world, and you're about to read them all out to me, a man who has avoided weird news from the day he was born, mainly out of fear.
Yeah, just you're terrified of words. You actually can't read. Not many people know that.
But that's by choice, because
By choice.
I don't want to put myself in danger like that.
What if I read a book and die? I've seen The Ring. What about the book version of The Ring?
The novelisation of the movie The Ring? Or,
Yes.
or the novelisation of the videotape from The Ring?
Oh, I hope this is really a question that's a bit existential, isn't it? One of them, whichever's funnier. For comedic purposes, whichever one made you laugh more. So, Shaun, this is weird news, as we said, but we are going to start off with just a tiny bit of exciting news. And now a lot of people, some of our patrons know that we have been promoting the fact that we're going to be giving away a shirt and a mug to one of our lucky patrons on December 1st.
Yes, this is true.
They've all sent in their addresses and they'll all be getting a postcard as well, just to say Happy Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever. But most importantly, and rather excitingly, we will say that they will just be the first of Heroes for Hire merch that you will be seeing, as we are launching our merch store over the next coming few days, Shaun. Now,
yes.
And yeah, it's going to be an exciting thing because we've got all the designs ready to go. If you're a human of any type, there is probably a jacket or shirt for you.
Oh, that is the tagline of the store, correct?
But yeah, we've been working on this for the last little while, and so I just thought I'd let people know that will be happening, and it's really exciting. Keep an eye on our social media for any updates. I might be revealing like a sneak peek of the store over the next few days.
Oh, look at you, Mr. Teasy Tease.
Yeah, Mr. Teasy Tease. But you've seen the store, Shaun. What do you think? Oh,
it actually looks quite amazing and professional. And also, there's so much of it that I want, but I also want to just be a real shitbird about it and gift it to my family for Christmas.
I think this is every Christmas and birthday present forever for me.
Because why wouldn't they want to support their favourite podcast?
Well, I mean, top 50.
Well, look. Hey, Grandad, you want a t-shirt?
Heroes for Hire's on it. Come on, do you want a bandana with Heroes for Hire on it, Grandad?
Would you like a throw cushion, sir?
So yeah, that will be coming in the next few days, and not only will it be launching with only the logo on the shirt at first, but we also have a Christmas logo already lined up, ready to go for December 1st as well. So there's going to be multiple choices.
Multiple choice and no negative marking as well, which is the best form of multiple choice. College students get it. Niche
market. I like the educational jokes. Oh, not all jokes don't have to be educational. You know what I mean?
That's true. Sometimes they just have to add up. There's another one for you.
Moving on. We are starting Weird News this week, Shaun, with a callback to one of our favourite stories that we've covered here on the show. Now, we've covered a lot of marriages. As I cover a lot, and we get follow-ups to those marriages, Shaun. But what of this? Can you give me a few examples of some of the marriages that we've had?
Oh, we've had Ghost Pirate. We've had Haunted Doll. Duvet.
Duvet.
Themselves.
That was a good one.
That was a recent hit. And every time you bring me one, I feel it's the weirdest one we're ever going to get.
Well, do you remember a certain story that we covered last Christmas about a man who was a bodybuilder who finally married his sex doll?
Yes, I do remember this.
Well, we found out in December of 2019. It seems like so long ago now, but also yesterday.
Yeah, it's a weird temporal shift we've had there.
So December 2019, we found out that Mr. Yuri Toluchko from Kazakhstan has been living with his sex doll Margot for a year and a half, and he popped the question last year. So we covered the story when he popped the question, but I am back to say that he has finally married his beloved in a groundbreaking ceremony.
Oh, okay. Groundbreaking, you say?
Groundbreaking.
Right, and was there a big turnout? Now, obviously, weddings in the current climate, not what they used to be.
Yeah. It got delayed twice, because originally the pair were meant to get married in March of this year. But of course, the global bastard hit, Shaun, and the whole ceremony had to be called off because it would be ridiculous to hold such a beloved ceremony and a sacred event during these kind of dark times.
But surely nothing can stop true love.
Nothing can stop true love of a man and his sex doll Margot, because go on.
We can't stress enough here. Do what you do, love what you love if you're not hurting anyone, but it's a bit odd to marry it.
I mean, it's a lot of extra money. It's just, there's not a lot of profit in that.
We always come back to this, that it's the financial strain of marriage, like of planning a wedding for like an inanimate object there.
Like, you're not looking at the inanimate objects going, what flowers should we get? No, I don't think the tulips will work. It's ridiculous.
It's very one-sided in terms of planning as well.
Yeah. That's a lot of stress. I'm just looking out for these people. So, Yuri says that he first, if you remember correctly, we'll just go over the hits of the story, but he first met her at a nightclub, if you remember correctly, Shaun. And there was love at first sight. Or from one side, the other one doesn't have very good sight due to being plastic. But Yuri earlier told the newspapers that the ceremony was delayed for the first time due to the pandemic, but also delayed a second time after he was attacked in Kazakh City on October 31st. So he got attacked. However, the pair have finally tied the knot. He's recovered enough. While he was in the hospital, I can only assume she was working like mad, getting the preparations done.
And unfortunately, they had broken his ring finger and his ring finger only.
Oh no! Oh guys, better call it off. So, sharing footage of the celebration on Instagram, Yuri wrote, "It's happened, to be continued." And in the video, Yuri slips a ring onto Margot's finger before the pair share a tender kiss, Shaun.
Share is a weird word to use there.
Share. Is it a shared tender kiss?
I'm not sure it's 50-50. Just put it that way.
She's really into him.
A bit keen, to be honest.
They then take their first dance in front of a delighted crowd.
Oh no.
In my head, her legs don't touch the ground, and he's doing like a Vietnamese waltz. Just with like, her legs are not touching that ground, lads. Is
a slow dance or a fast dance a better scenario there?
I think, well, fast as you couldn't trust her to, like, start spinning on her own head. You would have to be very involved.
That's true. What if it was set to I've had the time of my life, and then they did that big run up, but he was the one doing the leap.
And when he landed, she just exploded. And just air went everywhere.
And then he's arrested for murder.
Oh no, I flattened my girlfriend. Oh no, sorry, my wife.
My wife. Oh, it's tough to get used to, you know. Hey, fellas.
And so, discussing his sex life with Margot, Yuri added, "Our story turns me on much more than sex itself." But then he also says, "I also love BDSM."
He's a man of many pleasures.
You know, love is a very tender thing, and I think I get off on the romance of it all, but also tie me up and beat the shit out of me. I don't give a fuck.
It's very, very forthcoming with this information.
Straight in. Well, to be fair, he's famous now. Like, this is the only way he can stay famous.
He's the guy that married a sex doll.
Now, his next line, when you consider that he's married to a sex doll, is an interesting one, because this is a follow-up from the BDSM comment. He just says, I love being tortured. Now, if anyone's into that, fair fucks to you. But I think the logistics of this, she would have a very difficult time maybe damaging him in any way.
Yeah. Like, when he said he was into it, I imagined that he was very much the dom in that scenario.
Yeah, it's very strange that he's like tied up and blindfolded.
Yeah, what are the logistics of that?
Who tied him up?
I know. Oh yeah, just stand there and pretend I don't exist. Brilliant.
Then he says Margot is capable of what other people are not capable of. I mean, okay.
Right.
She's like a hot air balloon in a certain ways.
I don't think this is your classic, inflatable.
Oh.
I think it's one of those high quality latex ones.
Oh, so it's not one like he could go swimming with to keep him afloat.
No, it's not an inflatable dolphin, Con.
Like he's going swimming lessons where me and my wife just learning to swim together.
She could be in the Olympics.
Oh no, Margot, I'm drowning. Let me hold on to
you. But who ties him up?
This is my question. Also, why would you say this on your wedding day? But I mean, to say I love being tortured, I can endure a lot of pain, but I don't know how, because who's in making you endure that pain? Because it's certainly not Margot. She's a bit still during all of this.
Yeah, like, or is he just trying to, like, brag? It's like, yeah, I can stand up to so much pain. Just ask my wife. But then you go to ask his wife, and, she's a mannequin. Have you ever seen the film Mannequin?
No.
Well, look, as you can imagine, it's about a mannequin.
And does a man fall in love with the mannequin?
Yes, he does.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, okay.
And then, guess what else happens?
Mannequin comes to life.
Mannequin comes to life at night, exactly.
Yes. Don't feed it after midnight. Fuck that.
And then there's a climactic scene where the mannequin is on a conveyor belt.
There is.
Going towards a conveyor belt leading towards a mannequin destruction device.
Just a big hammer. Fuck off.
And they all live happily ever after. So I can only imagine it'll be the same for this fellow.
Is that where George Lucas got the inspiration for the Star Wars number 2? Or episode 2?
The inspiration for Schindler's List, Connor.
Oh, not many people know that. We'll get Liam Neeson on the phone.
Also
see what
in
he
Star
knows.
Wars.
So, according to earlier local media reports, his union with Margot should stand. Okay.
Really?
The only requirements for a wedding to take place in Kazakhstan are that both consenting parties have to be male and female and over 18 years old. We're not going to get into the fact of they have to be male and female because obviously that's fucked. But consenting parties is a weird word there.
One can't emote.
Can't say no though. Can't say yes. Can't say no.
Can't
anything. Actually say anything. No. Very silent on the matter, really.
Doesn't have thoughts, doesn't have opinions, doesn't have a personality, isn't legally a human.
No, it's absolutely not.
Oh, the world.
So Yuri, now I know what you're thinking, right? You get a sex doll, you're into BDSM, the sex doll beats the shit out of you. I mean, like, there's a whole thing, you get married, you fall in love, but sometimes appearances are also important. I know he's into the romance of love, but he's also into making sure Margot looks good. And because due to apparent fears about her appearance, Yuri decided to book Margot in for plastic surgery earlier this year.
Plastic surgery?
Plastic surgery, emphasis on the plastic.
Right. And how much does plastic surgery cost these days?
I mean, to get Botox done, if you were to do it to a sex doll, it would be it would have to be a gentle procedure.
This is true. And what is the benefit? Because forgive me, Connor, but I was under the impression that we as humans have found plastic at the bottom of the Mariana Trench, the deepest spot in the ocean. And
yes.
That plastic was fine.
Yeah.
And
so you're saying
resilient.
That she is resilient. She'd have to be for all the BDSM. But mostly, I think that if you... I'm just imagining the bit in the surgery where the doctor's like, we're losing her, and all you hear is... and she's just flying around the room.
It's like, oh
no! I cut too deep.
And it's a very weak doctor, so he just brings in like a crate of helium.
He explained, when I presented her photo to the world, there was a lot of criticism about her, and she began to develop a complex, so we decided to have plastic surgery.
Oh, no.
Shaun, what are your thoughts?
Is this our fault? Do we have that much clout?
I don't think Yuri's listening to us.
Good. I mean, wait, Yuri, listen to us.
Also, he then followed that up with, she has changed a lot. At first, it was hard to accept a new her, but I got used to it later on.
Oh, that's very good of him. It's very open-minded.
Very open-minded of him. To book her in for that plastic surgery, I could only assume off his own back. Then when she came back out, not to complain about how she looked, because he sent her in the first place. That is a real stand-up guy.
That is true bravery right there.
True bravery. Yeah, he's a hero.
He is the hero of the week.
What do you think of Yuri and his marriage? Do you think this will last forever?
Look, I wish him well.
Yeah.
But I don't know that it has the longevity to go through, a lifetime of commitment with him.
I think Margot might get sick of him.
Oh, if we get a story in 6 months saying that she's left him, I don't know what to think, Connor.
We definitely will get a story like that. But have you seen the picture of Margot, by the way? If you would like, you've seen how she looks. How do you feel?
Like, it's a testament to the people that designed her.
It's a testament to the surgeries that she's had.
Yeah, and look, again, if you're having fun, you're not hurting people, grand. But maybe Margot had to be expensive in the first place anyway, didn't she?
I think he must have bought her faulty to have all this surgery done.
She's doing repairs.
He's doing repairs that should have been done originally.
And would you buy, of all the things to buy used as well?
Oh no! You don't want to buy a second-hand one.
No, not at all.
I'm specifically looking for one to beat the shit out of me.
Also, if you Google Margot sex doll and go to news, the first result is an article from The Guardian that says top 10 books about consent.
And she's number one, like, fucking hell. He was a weirdo.
Exhibit A.
So, Shaun, we're going to move on from that massive breaking news story of that marriage, because I have a mystery for you that could involve aliens.
Okay, everyone, prepare to get your mind blown.
Here we go, right. Now, mysterious monolith found in Utah desert goes unclaimed, sparking theories, Shaun.
Oh, okay. I like
This
theory.
is genuinely actually a bit weird. But in a scene straight out of a Stanley Kubrick sci-fi, an enormous monolith has been discovered in the Utah desert. Helicopter pilot Brett Hutchings spotted the smooth metal structure as he was flying overhead, helping wildlife resource officers. The huge slab was found standing completely alone in the barren landscape, firmly planted into the earth. It's about 3 meters tall, or between 10 and 12 feet.
What the fuck?
Yes.
I'm looking at this right now.
Yes. Mysterious, Shaun.
Okay. That's like flawless as well.
Has anyone seen the movie Arrival?
Has anyone seen the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey, where monoliths feature quite heavily?
Is this Stanley Kubrick coming? Is one of his lovers who has planted this?
Just a big fan, you think?
Yeah, a big fan has somehow gotten hold of a 10 to 12 foot high massive monolith.
Now, is it possible? Right. Because looking at the picture, like, it looks deep in the ground as well. What if we go to dig it and it just keeps going down forever?
Dig up, stupid. What if we keep digging? What if it goes to Australia, as most things do if you dig down enough?
That's what cartoons have taught me, all right.
That's exactly it. I think that would be weird, but also, wouldn't it be fucking amazing?
It'd be mad, wouldn't it? Like, no, and this is definitely the year for it.
I mean, if ever there was going to be a year where aliens slowly started making up and like these weird shit started coming out of the desert, this would be the year.
Oh yeah, and especially like a giant silver monolith.
Perfectly shaped as well. It's shiny, Shaun. It's not rough.
That's what I was going to say. It looks brand new, like it's clean. You think if it was out in the desert for ages, it'd be dirty.
Unless it was just brought there by an alien.
It could also have been brought there by a human. Let's just say that.
Mole people.
But what if it is the mole people? What if that's like a skyscraper for ants?
They've been working around the clock trying to get this built.
Okay, I'm going to look at... Let's think of some options here. What's it made of, first of all?
What's it made of?
Metal.
So, Mr. Hutchings said the object looked man-made as well.
Okay. So it could be made by a woman either. They could be made by a human. Yeah, I get you. Looking at it, I see rivets on the side. That's interesting. That indicates it could be sheet metal.
Yeah, could be sheet metal. Could also just be maybe like a new Banksy who's doing some weird art in the desert.
What if it's Banksy?
What if it's Banksy? What's he telling us?
What does it mean, though, Connor? Like, what's it about?
Me and you are not smart enough to understand art.
No, I don't think so.
No, but what does it mean? I've never seen anything like it in any art or gallery I've ever been to.
But what if they want us to think that it's art, right? And then you kick it one day and it's actually a big switch and you've just turned off the core of the earth.
You've turned off a light switch somewhere.
It's one dude's light switch and no one knows what it does.
Fucking hell, this bulb is fucking weird. You have to keep getting up from his cereal to turn back on the light.
Or what if this is only one of several monoliths?
And they slowly start appearing and then they form a massive circle and then within the circle comes an even bigger monolith.
And then a slightly smaller monolith and those two rotate and it's a big clock.
Yeah. A big clock? Oh shit. And then, what time is it? It's Chico time. Oh fuck.
It's always Chico time.
I am
Chico in so long.
I haven't thought of him either. I just started saying a sentence and that came out.
That's so good.
Chico time is somewhere in my subconscious. He's always there, Shaun.
Oh, Chico
lurking.
is effectively immortal because of how he's incorporated Chico time into everyone's language.
Is Chico time something that's kind of got her across the world, or are we just speaking gibberish?
I think Chico time, a swift Google, would clear up Chico time for anyone.
The greatest contestant of the British talent show X Factor. I don't know what year, 2006?
It's definitely a good few years ago.
It's too far away to be cool now. A lot of people, some people listening to this weren't born when Chico was revealing Chico time, Shaun.
It's... And those people are worse for it, let me tell you.
So, our theory so far, aliens, big clock, could be made by man or woman. Maybe Chico's in it.
Yeah, now what... How long has it been there, is my next question. We touched on it there, but it doesn't look like it's been out in the desert for a decade.
No, it looks like it's only brand new there, which kind of points to the reason that maybe it's man-made. Maybe somebody put it on the back of a truck, drove it there and put it in the ground.
Are you suggesting aliens can drive trucks?
I'm suggesting they have licenses. I'm not suggesting they drove trucks.
I see.
You make your own stretch. I'm just saying they're good at 3-point turns.
Wait, okay. I want to know your logic on why aliens will be good at 3-point turns.
Have you ever seen one of those big massive spaceships? You try and turn that fucker without knocking into something, you'd have to be good.
Yeah, you know what, you're right. But then, if that was the case, why would they put more obstacles around the place?
Yeah, they're just putting more things in their way for takeoff.
What if we worship the... Now look, hear me out. What if we worship the monolith just in case?
I welcome our new monolith overlords. I want to put that out there, if any of them are listening.
There's no footprints around this?
No footprints. It's just there. It doesn't make any sense, Shaun, which is why I've come to you, a resident alien/weird person guy.
Oh, that's mean.
No, you're the weird person guy. You're the guy who talks about weird people.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Also, you're weird.
Oh, I see.
I see.
Okay, let's think about this. When they say monolith, do they say how many sides it has?
No. But
Okay.
I'm assuming 4.
You assume 4, but what if it's 3, Connor?
If it's 3, what are we taking? Triangle?
What? Triangle. We all know what triangle means.
Yeah.
Trivial Pursuit.
This is the smartest monolith we've ever seen. It's got all of them.
It has no weak categories. Sport, film.
It even got well in the sport, and that's orange. It's okay, like, but it still gets it.
It's touch and go, depending on what year it is mainly. That would be that monolith would be roasting though, sitting out in the desert. What if it's some form of so let me think about this. So the sun heats up the monolith.
Yeah.
The heat then goes down into the Earth's core.
Oh.
Heating the Earth.
Oh.
Turning it into another sun.
Oh, shit!
Then when the Earth explodes, the monolith gets ejected into a next planet.
Ejected into the next planet?
Yeah, and the process starts over again.
What if it landed from space in the last few days?
As a result of a sun exploding, no?
Of a sun exploding in a different universe.
Oh my god. What if that's our one way off the universe? That we just need to find a way to shrink ourselves down and get in it.
Alternatively, it could just be some dude has driven that out there and put it there.
This is true, and if so, fair play.
And I know who that dude was.
Banksy?
Chico. I'm just putting it out there. Chico hasn't been heard from in a while. What's he up to these days? I know, planting monoliths. I'm just saying, all the evidence stacks up.
What? That's true. What if Chico planted a small monolith and it grew over the course of Chico time into a big monolith?
That started off small, but however long Chico time takes, it takes. You know what I mean? You can't count it.
Chico time does not obey the laws of daylight savings.
And time. It does not obey the laws of Greenwich Mean Time. You know that.
Yeah, and this isn't to insinuate that Chico is breaking the law in any sense.
Oh, I'm insinuating that.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Well,
I'm insinuating he is part of a race that have formed an alliance with the aliens, and they are slowly planting more and more of them until they make a giant clock. Inside it says Chico time. He becomes our new overlord. We all have to dance to that song forever.
I mean, that would be a fairly solid reason for Chico to do this.
You send in your own theories of what this monolith is to us on the Twitter, or you can send it over on Patreon or on Facebook or whatever. If you send us a message, you let us know what you think this monolith is, because I'm confused. Shaun seems less confused. He's our resident weird guy.
I'm fairly locked in on my whole makes a new sun scenario.
Seem pretty pretty logical, I will say. So Shaun, we're going to move on to our next piece of news, and this is, I love when somebody does something, but then they face an incredible amount of bad luck after doing it.
Okay, I think I have an idea of where this might go.
Because I have Kansas City biker with Met in pocket, falls during drag race, accidentally shoots himself while he lands before getting hit by a car.
Oh no.
You think you're having a bad day? This guy just wanted to go in a drag race and all of this shit happened.
So, to break it down, meth in pocket,
Yeah.
drag race, fell,
Yep.
shot himself, got hit by car.
Yeah, on his way back up, yeah.
On his way back up, and so he had just gotten back to his feet.
He just like, I'm sore, and I have been shot, so I'm obviously in pain.
Yeah,
I've been shot, but if no other bad thing happens to me, I'll get out of this completely fine.
And look, we've all thought innocent thoughts every now and again, but my God, he would never have expected to get hit by a car at that point, would he?
At that point, you're like, fucking hell, I am having a bad day. At that point, you're not even thinking about the rules of the road.
No, you're just thinking, which do I treat first? The road rash that I got from falling there, or the gunshot wound?
Or the meth.
Forgot about the meth, yeah. Did he get in trouble for the meth?
Yeah. Of course he did.
I thought they were cool with it.
No, they let him off because they're like, you're having a bad enough day. A man in possession of methamphetamine was injured Thursday after falling while racing on his motorcycle, during which he accidentally shot himself and then got hit by a car, according to the Kansas City Police Department. Officers and medical crews responded to 12th Street in reference to a car crash and transported the man to an area hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. They say critical but non-life-threatening, so he'll be fine. He's just really banged up.
Okay, that's why we're talking about him.
Yeah. So two rivals met up to compete in a drag race against each other. It is reported, Shaun. So they meet up. I'm expecting like Fast and Furious style. There's two really cool guys meeting up, like talking shit.
That, you know, it says something that you thought of Fast and Furious. I thought of that scene from Batman and Robin.
Oh, it's a bit with Robin and Batgirl.
Yeah, where they're drag racing on a highway that just they stopped building at some point.
And he just catches her. His shoulder doesn't even exist.
Doesn't matter at all.
Doesn't matter. So they meet up to have a race, and they're like, I'm going to fuck you up. No, I'm going to fuck you up. That kind of, trash talk. I'm not very good at it. But trying to settle a years-long feud, it said. A years-long feud!
And they decided there's only one way to deal with this.
They've been watching too much of Vinny Diesel, and they thought, we can't fight for it. We need to drag race for it.
That we'll settle this as our fathers would have settled this.
We'll settle this 1/4 mile at a time, they said.
And so, I presume the other person won.
I think you might just walk it at that stage. But after much talking, the race is said to have begun and been quite close up until the halfway point. So they're neck and neck on a tight corner, and whilst attempting a dangerous overtake of the other vehicle, the suspect lost control of his bike and wrecked it on the side of the road.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well look, so it was his own fault.
Yeah, he tried to overtake. He did what, it was one of those dramatic moments in a movie where he tried the last ditch overtake. It didn't work out for him. Now, this is bad enough, Shaun. I mean, you're in a bit of a heap at that point. But during the accident, whilst the victim was in the air, a weapon in his waistband discharged, striking him in the hip.
Jesus. Why would you keep the gun on you?
For coolness.
So when he won, he could fire it in the air and shout, woo.
Yeehaw!
That gas that fell out during, mid-flight.
So, he shot himself in the hip while he was in air for the first original crash.
Right.
He then landed, which I can only assume was a loud thump, and he's just immediately in the most pain anyone's ever been in.
And nothing makes sense at that point as well.
No.
It's just confusion.
Also, they say he was on the ground in a bad way.
Sounds like he's hungover. Oh, I'm in a bad way.
Oh, jeez, I am dying today. My head is killing me. And when he was also struck by another vehicle that fled the scene. So he's getting up. He's like, guys, I'm okay.
It's just the announcer that they've hired comes on. He's okay, folks.
Just gets it again. And so they immediately transported him to an area hospital in his condition, and reports check revealed him to be a felon. And upon searching him, they found a large bag of meth, and it was also located in the motorcycle as well, which means he probably had a lot of meth, and some of it got entangled when he got originally fucked up in the first fuck-up.
Fuck.
What do you think of this man's look?
Not great, I was going to say. It's... Remember we had the guy who was... he'd been bitten by a shark and a bear and a snake and all this.
Yeah.
I think this man is coming for his title as most unlucky man. Certainly, most unlucky in the shortest space of time, this dude has it.
The other guy he was bitten by a shark, say in 2010, bitten by a snake in 2015, attacked by a bear or something in 2018. But this guy, all of his bad luck happened in 14 seconds. So, how much bad luck can you have at once? I mean, that is... Sometimes it's just not your day. And this is the most it's not your day person we've had for a long time.
Yeah, and if we were to look at it from a story writing perspective, what is the inciting incident here? When did it all go wrong?
The drag race.
The drag race. Now, it could be the original feud that kicked all this into gear.
Yeah. And if he wasn't in a feud, he probably wouldn't have brought the gun. And if he wasn't, and he wouldn't have been stressed enough to need meth.
Yeah, the meth was definitely for a celebration after the end of the feud.
But although maybe he used the meth before the race as well, which kind of caused him to be a bit more dangerous.
That's maybe take more risks.
Yeah. Maybe try and overtake on a corner when you have no right to overtake on that corner.
That's just basic drag race etiquette. We both know.
Everyone knows. Talk to Vinny.
He'll
tell
Vinny.
So, yeah, this man, I think... I don't know what the odds. What are the odds of shooting yourself and also being in a car crash, but then also having met on you, but then also getting hit by a car? You have to multiply all of those odds off each other.
Yeah, probably at least like 7 to 1, I would say.
7 to 1. I would say probably like 1 billion to 1. All that happens at once.
You're probably closer, I'll grant you.
Yeah, 7 to 1 is quite low.
No, I would like my estimate noted, and we'll check it later.
Just write that down. Someone write that down.
Someone remember that number for me.
7. Oh, what the fuck did I say earlier on? Oh no. So we're going to move on to our next piece of news, and this is I added this only because of one item that we normally get people fighting off robbers or thieves in some way, but now we have this cool 81-year-old man uses antique shillelagh to chase ruse burglars from home. I was trying to find some type of persuasive weapon, he is to have said.
Right. I mean, look, of all the persuasive weapons, a shillelagh is pretty good.
What's a shillelagh, Sean?
So a shillelagh, it's a walking stick, essentially, in Ireland.
Yeah.
But it's made of, like, a knotty bit of a tree. Like, sometimes it's the root, sometimes it's a really knotty branch. So it's really fucking dense at the top. So it's like a golf club. It's like a golf club, essentially, yeah. And you can get a really good swing on him.
And so, when intruders targeted Dan and Barbara Donovan's home earlier this month, they picked the wrong couple to burglarise, Sean. Instead of fleeing the modest brick house with valuables, the three men ran in fear as Dan, who's 81, chased them out the door with the antique shillelagh, and they said a wooden Irish walking stick that once belonged to his grandfather. So, Sean, here's the story.
Yeah.
It was late afternoon on November 4th when the couple, 50-year residents of the home, heard a knock at their door and found a man wearing a reflective vest and a face mask standing outside. The visitor, who was carrying what appeared to be tools, said he was there to check their fuse box due to a recent fire in the area.
Opportunistic, okay.
Indeed. Now, Barbara Donovan said the visit did not immediately seem unusual because we had received a letter from the electric company the day before, Donovan said, explaining that the letter indicated work would be taking place in their area and would include power outages. So when he said he was with the electric company, we let him in.
Okay, that's... I'd probably fall for it myself.
So what the couple didn't immediately realise was that the man wasn't a utility worker, and he wasn't alone, because as he led the couple into the basement of their home, 2 additional people sneaked inside through the now unlocked front door.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Right.
So downstairs, Barbara Donovan began to feel suspicious about the man who was looking over her electric circuit paddle. I kept backing up and he kept saying, "Come over by me," she said. He said, "If you're home alone, you won't know what to do." And he kept telling me to come closer to him. I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah, like generally it would just be, they'd come in and get the job done and then leave.
Suddenly, Barbara heard a squeak of floorboards above her head. I yelled immediately, "Daddy, somebody's in our bedroom!" Fucking hell, she's on the ball.
Yeah, not giving a shit. And fair play to her.
Barbara bounded up the steps, she's probably at 79, followed by her husband and the so-called utility worker. When they reached the main floor, the Donovans discovered that there were more than just the 3 of them inside the home. I started chasing them to to get them out of my house, Dan Donovan said. Dan Donovan, by the way, is the name of many an Irish grandad.
Absolutely, and you don't fuck with Dan Donovan. That's something we all know.
That's when he grabbed his grandfather's shillelagh, which was propped up in the corner of the couple's dining room. I was trying to find some type of, and in his own words, a persuasive weapon.
Okay, and it was like that scene in Pulp Fiction, like he looks at the baseball bat, he looks at the chainsaw, the samurai sword.
And the next one is like a rabid Wolverine. He's like, no, don't be ridiculous.
No, I don't want a murder on my hands.
No, and he's just like, shillelagh. Yes, my Irish roots. Fuck them.
The Irish national anthem starts playing.
Ole, ole, ole. Alright, let's fucking do this. So, that's when he grabbed his grandfather's shillelagh, which was propped up. I was trying to find some sort of persuasive weapon, Donovan said. So I picked up the Irish shillelagh, and that turned out to be, in his own words, the equaliser.
Level the playing field.
So they're like standing there, and now it's just a moment where he like looks at the shillelagh, and in my head he like slowly taps it on his other hand, and he just looks at him. He's like, "Boys, you are not gonna like what's happening next."
And presumably they ran straight away, right?
We're not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me, he said. And just fucking all the doors come down. Immediately,
what
the
if he
three
walked
men...
over to the front door, just turned the key in the lock?
And just never broke eye contact with them. Boys, I'd better get fucking running if I were ye, to be honest with you. We're going to play a serious game of hide and seek. Whoever loses gets the shit beat out of them.
It reminds me of the scene in the bar at the start of Kingsman, where Colin Firth just kicks the shit out of like 9 people.
So, one of the men was carrying what Donovan recognised to be a pillowcase from the bedroom. So he stole a pillowcase, shouting and swinging the shillelagh. Dan Donovan said he struck the man in the back of the head with the end of the walking stick, but the man didn't drop the pillowcase. He just proceeded to run away. He then turned and struck another one of the men in the knee as he tried to run past him.
Oh my god. In the knee?
The man, in the knee.
Oh, that's a broken knee right there.
I mean, he's already after smashing somebody over the head, and now he immediately, in my head, he John Wicked. Like, he turned 180 into the other guy.
Oh yeah, like to just carry the momentum around.
Yeah, he followed his partners in crime outside, but Donovan continued his pursuit as the 3 of them ran away from him, carrying nothing, by the way. They only have a pillowcase in their hands.
That is... I'd like to upgrade our hero of the week, Connor.
Go on.
From the man who paid for his sex doll girlfriend to have plastic surgery.
Which I feel like was a bit iffy on the hero award already.
That's true, but it was, in my credit, the first story of the week.
It's true. And so, to this man, because he chased away the 3 of them, they're all sprinting. He's barefoot, and he sprints out to the SUV that they're all getting in to try and get away, that they had parked in his driveway, and he began hitting it with the walking stick. I managed to get a good few swings at the windshield and the rear window, he said. I think I cracked them both.
Fucking hell.
He's 81!
Like, he was one step short of putting a burning rag into the fuel cap, like...
I took their wheels. I took the wheels off and I've burnt out the car with them inside.
Oh, and it's all in protection of his property.
In the meantime, Barbara Donovan said she was on the phone to the police, who arrived shortly after the intruders fled the scene. In all the excitement and due to the darkening skies, Donovan acknowledged he was unable to get the license plate number. And I mean, Dan, you had a lot of things on your mind.
That's true, but also, like, he probably had dented the license plate so much by that point that it was unreadable anyway.
And all of their brains. And that guy's face is no longer the same. The other guy's limping. They're just in tatters. Have you ever seen the movie Don't Breathe?
No, I don't think I have.
It's a movie where there's like a blind guy, and these three, I would say like people in their 20s, and they're just like, oh, it's an easy robbery. This guy's blind, the old man down the street, and we're going to break in, and we're just going to take all of his shit, and like leave, because he's old and decrepit. And they all break in, and it's a horror movie, and it turns out he's just like a fucking killer. And he one by one just picks them off because he's Daredevil in it.
That's amazing. I need to see that movie.
It's fucked. It's entirely fucked. But it's this reminds me of this. These three guys are like, these two fucking old people at the end of this lane. We are gonna rob them blind. Not realising they were dealing with fucking Kung Fu John Wick.
Who had just taken a few years off. He thought he was out of the game, but they keep pulling him back in.
They drag them back in. Police, they say, caught up to the criminals 30 minutes later and arrested them. And this isn't my favourite bit. After recognising the car due to its smashed windows and driving erratically.
And he had somehow had time to spray paint "You'll Never Escape" onto the bonnet.
You survived only because I let you, is sprayed on the other side.
I will find you.
So the police found them because they just followed the car that had no windows.
That's so cool. So, and presumably they got arrested and punished, yeah?
Yes, they did, yes. So the Donovans say that they still aren't quite sure what, if anything, the burglars stole. But they do know their pillowcase was taken with the bastards, and their bedroom drawers had been removed and rummaged through. They just scared the heck out of us, Barbara said. For his part, Dan Donovan praised his wife for quickly catching... Oh, Dan! For quickly catching on... Danny boy, huh? For quickly catching on to what the scammers were up to. The incident has taught him to be more alert, he said, and he urges others to do the same. Dan is a former Marine.
Oh my god, Dan doesn't give a shit.
Of course. They picked the one house with a guy. Like, the Marine training is so fucking hard. That dude is tough as nails.
Yeah, that dude has been through some stuff, and three fucking Egypts breaking into his house is no threat to him.
He would have gone through that Marine training in like the 60s. He would have went through it in the 60s, and and in the 60s they probably had no safety precautions. It's just like, you swim or you die.
That's it. That's your choice.
That's it. So these three guys broke in, and I mean, Dan said no. And while he doesn't consider himself a hero, Barbara does. I felt a lot better when I saw him with the shillelagh because he was chasing them out of the house, she said. They got nothing more than a headache, and hopefully they pursue another occupation, Dan Donovan said to finish it off.
Oh, Dan. Flawless victory.
He has a cigar in his mouth as he says it.
And yeah, and I feel like Dan genuinely hopes that, you know, those young men sort their life out.
He's just looking out for them.
He knows what it's like to be young and foolish, but at the end of the day, it's his house.
Lads, I know what it's like. I know what it's like when you're young, you want easy money, but you don't want to come here. If you have any more issues, go somewhere else, because you're not going to fucking find it here.
Just take it outside and leave it outside.
At what point does it turn and those lads feel fear?
As soon as they see the man with the shillelagh, surely. Because it's a weapon they would never expect either.
But even then, you're still thinking, okay, he's in his 80s, we might have a chance. But then once he swings at the first guy, and I can only assume the crack of the fucking shillelagh off the guy in the back of the guy's head is so loud, the other guy immediately starts running and he gets his kneecaps caved in as well.
Yeah, like as soon as they realise, oh, it's not just a threat, he will actually hit us, that's when the cowardice starts.
No, then it's, we might die if we stay.
This is also true. Self-preservation would kick in. So, we're going to move on to our next piece of weird news, Shaun, and that is, we're going to Australia.
because we have an Australian who committed a very strange crime. This is a small story, and so we're doing this before our final story, but I just wanted to throw this in there here because it's just a bit straight. It's just weird, which makes it fit in here. But Australian uses wheelie bin to steal almost 10 grand worth of cowboy hats.
What? How many? Now, any time we get a story like this, my question is that many cheap cowboy hats or one very expensive cowboy hat?
I think it's many mediocrely expensive cowboy hats.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So a man in Australia was arrested this week for stealing thousands of dollars worth of cowboy hats, stuffing them into a wheelie bin and fleeing the scene just before dawn. The 32-year-old allegedly broke into a business in the town of Scone in New South Wales, or Scone, in New South Wales, at about 5:30am. He is seen whistling nonchalantly as he strolls in and then pilfers dozens of straw and felt cowboy hats.
Straw and felt?
Yes, straw and felt.
Interesting. What? I'm not sure that is typical cowboy attire. I'm not sure there were cowboys in Australia. Ned
each
Kelly,
of them,
I forgot.
Yeah, Big Ned, you forgot Big Ned, but each of them valued at $250.
Fuck me, how expensive is felt these days?
Sorry, no, that's Australian dollary dudes.
Oh, so €10.
That could be, it's about 14 cent.
Sorry, Australia.
I don't know the exchange rate.
I think it's like 50%, so maybe like €125. Even then, that's too much for any hat. That's too much.
Yeah, who's looking at their outfit going, well, I bought the top for €5, but the hat cost me 120.
Sorry, €154 it'd be.
That's, I mean, almost, I would say robbery at that point. Well, this is literally robbery, but before that the store was also committing a type of robbery.
True, in a wheelie bin.
In a wheelie bin, yes. In a wheelie bin. Each of them, as I said, was valued between 250 and 300 Australian dollary dues, and smuggled them away inside the wheelie bin he brought with him to the crime scene.
Just haul that into the shop, that's fine.
Yeah. At one point, he is seen putting one of the hats on his head, and then he is seen to lose his footing and nearly having the bin tip over in front of him. But he catches it and continues on with his getaway.
Witnesses described him as styling it out.
Yeah, he did the thing where you trip in the street and then he pretended like he was waving at someone. Oh, Jesus, Tommy!
Jesus, and... did he get far with the wheelie bin? Because clever to bring a storage method on wheels, you know. I
mean, the wheelie bin, though, like, is that the best possible mode of transport to get away from a crime?
I don't think so. It's no little red wagon, I grant you.
He should have brought a little red wagon squeaking behind them as he ran.
Why are they always squeaky? But I think it draws more attention to you to bring a wheelie bin, in fairness.
All in all, the haul was worth almost $10,000 dues.
Good God. What was his plan afterwards?
Yeah, was he selling them on to cowboys?
Is there a market for... I know Australia is sunny, but surely the
but I have a question.
Sorted.
No, but I have a question. Crocodile Dundee, is he wearing a cowboy hat?
Oh, I would have...
Oh!
I think I would have described it as a bushranger hat myself.
But you could technically describe it as a cowboy hat.
It is quite similar, I'll grant you. They have similar traits. Now, Crocodile Dundee's had teeth in it, as well as... Did it have corks around it, or is that something the Simpsons did?
I think it had a big picture of a big boot.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
It's an Akubra hat that he wears.
Right, but if you said that was a cowboy hat, I would have said, fair enough.
That's true, but look, I'm not... There's probably a very dedicated community of hat aficionados out there.
We've pissed them off.
We've pissed them off, and this isn't the first time we've had a discussion about hats on this show.
It's an area we often go into, but know very little about.
In many ways, every time we discuss it, we learn less.
I feel uneducated about it, really.
And, in a way, isn't that more entertaining?
Isn't it more entertaining for us not to learn and grow?
Audience, your thoughts?
I would say that's a yes. So, this man, he went to the crime bringing a wheelie bin. Maybe this will be the start of a new trend. The wheelie bin getaway.
It's true, and if you plan it on bin day, you can get a quick getaway as well.
And if you really want to get away with it, you will.
Oh, I hate you so much. You're awful.
It's a rubbish way to get away, though, isn't it?
And Connor, and this isn't a joke. I think you're trash.
No, I think we need to get back on track. Sorry.
That was weak. And I just said it as well.
You took it. I already had it lined up.
No.
Bin. Okay, we're moving on to our last story of the week. And this is one of the classic last stories that it's just a weird person doing weird shit. Because I have half-naked man seen humping trees and eating their branches, caught by police.
Eating branches? How thick are the branches?
How much nutritional value do they have? Why is that your first question?
Look,
what's the density of the branch?
It's a fair point you've raised, Connor. I don't know why.
Even little branches. Surely that's still not great.
No, but I imagine I could eat a twig sooner than I'd, chomp down on a limb of a tree.
On the Amazon rainforest.
Yeah, I'm not eating a giant redwood here. No matter how half naked I am.
I'm definitely not. Stop daring me. I won't do it. So, a man arrested for humping trees and nibbling their branches may have been under the influence of some sort of drugs, says the deputy chief. Police were called to reports of a half-dressed man in a garden who was humping trees, screaming and eating branches just before 3 p.m. He didn't even make it to 3 p.m. in the day.
It's just, you have lunch and you're full of energy. And Well, then why would he eat branches, actually, if he had just had lunch?
He had an early lunch. He had it about 12. And once it gets around, then just 10 to 3, you start getting maybe a bit of the munchies again.
Ah, I see. And then, what else is there? Only branches.
And they don't sell anything else in shops. So, when officers arrived, a half-naked suspect, who they say was acting irrationally, you don't say, disappeared into a nearby house. The terrified occupants of that house left almost immediately, according to the police report. The police report fails to specify, and I think this is a great line, that's one of the great lines that has been written in these reports. It fails to specify which half of Mr. Figner was unclothed during the incident.
Have to hope it's the top half, don't you?
You have to.
The other one doesn't bear thinking about.
It's like the question about a mermaid. It's like, what if there are fish on top, though? Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. So, eventually the suspect, identified as 36-year-old John Figner, emerged from the house and was very quickly taken into custody. Arresting officers say that the suspect spat at them and tried to kick them as they ushered him into the patrol car, screaming about how he wanted to go back to the trees.
They're my true love.
But he was eating them, so if he loves them, why would you eat them?
I love chocolate. I eat chocolate.
Oh,
same thing.
That's a good point. And he's eating twigs. He was charged with 2 counts of assault on a public safety officer. I genuinely thought that was going to be assault on a tree. And I was like, okay, lads, hang on.
I know we're environmentally conscious, but come on now.
Second, cannibalism, he was charged with. 2nd degree criminal trespassing and 2nd degree breach of peace. He's being held on a $25,000 bond. Shaun, what did this man want with the trees?
Affection.
Love.
A good time. And a bit of a snack.
When you're at a party and you get a bit munchy.
Yeah, and then someone's eating all the salt and vinegar crisps. And so And you don't want to make do with ready salted. They're just not as good. And
now, alternatively, what could have happened is he's taken a lot of meth or some sort of other hallucinogen, and his jaw is maybe a bit loose. And so he's just trying to talk to the twigs, but he's at the same time just... It looks like he's gnawing on them.
I think he was definitely gnawing on them, though, Connor.
Oh yeah, he was taking full-on bites, yeah.
Yeah, and imagine the taste and texture of that. Not very
but
nice.
Also, he was humping them, Shaun. He was trying to procreate with the trees.
Yeah, he felt guilty that he was damaging the tree by eating it. So he was hoping to make new trees, and he just got confused.
And he wanted to make triplets.
Triplets, exactly.
Triplets. Yeah, that's what I was going for.
It's essentially the joke you made, but I changed it slightly.
No, that's what I was going for.
Oh, good. Okay, good. Excellent.
Don't be trying to hustle in on my bad puns. You gotta get your own bad puns, kid.
I don't have any bad puns, Connor.
Would you believe it?
Oh, that's pretty good. I didn't twig
I
that
think
one.
we should leave this story alone.
Bark. There we go.
What's that, Rex? Someone down the well. What about the well? Well, Shaun, I think that is the end of this week's Weird News. Do you want to take us out?
Yes, thank you everyone for listening to this episode of Weird News Wednesday. We will be back on Friday with Hero or Zero, Monday with Movie Mondays, and next Wednesday with another episode of Weird News Wednesdays. Big thank you goes out to all of our patrons over on Patreon. Thank you all so much for your continued support over there. Big shout outs go to Waffles Williams, Ciara Lawler, David Clarke, Ed Ball, Joe Burney, Ray Ging, Roisin Hally, Ryan Evanson, Shaun Jamieson, Dominic, Jessiah Green, and Anna Hielmroos. Thank you all so much for your continued support. We really do appreciate it. Christmas cards will be in the post soon. We will be randomly allocating a t-shirt and a mug to some of the patrons. And as Connor said, the merch store will be going up very, very soon. So keep an eye on all our social medias for that. But other than that, just tell one human being that we exist. Pause for Connor.
No, I'm not saying it this week.
All right,
I'm taking not just the one. Go for whoever you want.
Whoever you want. I was trying to work a tree pun in there.
I would say tell more than one person. Tell 2 people.
Tell 2 people that we exist.
For Black Friday.
Black Friday would be nice to you.
It's a deal. You're allowed to tell 2.
And then after that being said, I think that's about it, Connor.
I think so. So I've been Ciara Lawler.
I've been Shaun Meehan.
See you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.